There was always a magnifying glass on me. You have to live up to a certain standard. So I kept a lot of myself suppressed, and I quieted my own voice, and I went along to get along.
Was there a moment where you realized, I'm gonna do this on my own terms and it's gonna be okay?
Ooh, the choice to move to New York City. I found this at a jewelry accessory shop here in New York. It reminded me of a ring that my grandmother had. She had a birthstone ring with all of her children. As a kid, I would always just like be on her lap and just admiring it. And she passed away literally the day after I moved to New York City. That woman was so effective in loving me purely, in just being a support in my life. And so with me pretty much everywhere, all the time, wherever I am, just as a reminder to ground me in faith, in love, in trust, in believing in myself. There was a Sunday morning where I was getting ready for a matinee and my dad was getting ready for church. We were FaceTiming. He was like, oh, no wonder you turn into this character. You know, you put all of this on and you become this person. And he said, go out there and minister to the people. Because he understood the effectiveness of what I was doing. To make someone think a little differently, to see the world a little bigger than they saw it before they came in the theater.
That's gotta be a big moment for you to hear that from your father.
For sure. From this person who, when I came out to them, said, I don't know what I did wrong and where this has come from, but I'm grateful. He's always said, you're a part of me, you represent me, I love you. I've allowed him the space and the grace to grow at his time and not tried to rush it. I'm not trying to force anything on you, but just understand that my existence is my own and yours is your own, and the two can mutually exist and be just fine.
We're in a time where everybody's talking about pronouns. You prefer they, them.
I prefer all things with respect.
You care about respect.
Yes, because I don't expect you to fully understand, no matter how I am presenting to you, what I feel and who I am. And at any given moment, that could be anything. I have feminine power, I have masculine power. People will conditionally respond to what they see. I give people the permission to call me all things with respect.
Is that an important evolution in the discussion we're having? To be accepting of those just getting used to this process in this whole new world?
Absolutely.
And understanding that some people are gonna get it wrong, but they're not intending to hurt or diminish someone.
Yeah, absolutely. We live in society where we have to put a label on it so that we can make sense of it. But your he, him is a different he, him than somebody else's. My they, them is a different than somebody else's.
When this was announced, a lot of people were like, why? That's dated material. It doesn't speak to our time. Do you like those expectations coming into this show where people think it's gonna be just like the old movie? A couple of guys in dresses and the audience laughing about that?
I love for people to come experience it for themselves, for the understanding of the intention we've put into it, and for the creative team trusting me to be the voice. It was a moment that had to make me confident in the work that I was doing and the message that we were sending.
We look at the way that people are treated online. Are you in a bubble or do you feel some of that rage?
Even in New York City, I experience it.
You do?
There have been multiple times recently where I've simply been on the train in a dress and the train doors have closed and a young teenager has banged on the door and looked at me and been like, what is, and made these gestures at me. It triggers something in him that I'm like, you're afraid of my freedom and the joy that I'm walking in. And that's something for you to go unpack and deal with for yourself, because little do you know, I'm on my way to my Tony-nominated show, being effective in my ministry and walking in my purpose.
But for people out there going through that, what do you say to them? I mean, does it hurt you?
I have done the work for myself, and I hope that they will go unpack and do the work for themselves. No matter how somebody else compartmentalizes me, I will always show up in the fullness of who I am. So wherever you place me, that's where I'll be. I don't expect you to understand the fullness of that at all times. Now, I will let you know when you're wrong, but as long as you do it with love and respect, we'll be just fine.
You'll respond with love and respect.
Always.
There's a lot of grace in that attitude from you. Is that something you get from your family?
Yeah. I'm grateful to my mom my entire life. It may not have always made sense, my choices, who I am, the things that I do, But she's always said, well, it's your life. Go, okay. She is my date. I couldn't and wouldn't be here in this moment without her. This beautiful black woman who was a part of some of the first integrated schools in North Carolina. And to see that her child is making a difference in the world in this way is like, see, Mom, the world is changing, and you have played a part in that. I need no one else next to me but you. And here I am doing what you taught me to do.